take a little bit of a detailed look at a couple of aggressive growth stocks now that are on the radar of our aggressive growth stock strategist, Brian Bolan. And he's sitting right here next to me. Can't miss him. He's the one with the red coat on.
I wore it today, you know, Mardi Gras. Be a little bit flashy,
right.
a little bit loud.
If you had a couple of sets of beads around your neck, you'd be right there.
Yeah, but no one wants to give me any beads for some reason.
Well, just rest assured in the fact that you are the Zacks court jester. So, that says it all.
I'll take it.
AudioCodes, AUDC, the ticker, is a voice-over internet protocol communication company that you're looking at.
Exactly, and there's a very similar name that I used to have in a portfolio that I run here at Zacks, the Home Run Investor.
Okay.
IQNT is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
AUDC is based in Israel, and it's much smaller. So you're looking at a small cap, and that entails just a little bit more risk. What that also means is that there's going to be fewer covering analysts. You know, if we look at the last couple quarters, we see some good performance, but inside of those quarters, a couple times there wasn't a Zacks consensus estimate. There was the one analyst who was covering it, but didn't have a number for that quarter. So we don't know in 2 of the last, say, about 5 quarters if they beat or not. We're just leaving it as an NA in our system. But this is the one thing that I wanted to talk about this company is that when you have the company that is small, that has only one analyst following it, it makes it much more difficult to trust the numbers there and to make sure that you're getting the real story.
Sure.
Because you're relying too heavily on just one person.
So voice over IP in general was a big topic of conversation a while back. And you don't hear many people like hanging their hat on it anymore. Is it because it's so widely used, it's just become second nature? Exactly.
It's become the ho-hum type thing. It's like, well, we heard about this several years ago and it was hip then. Now it's pretty much everywhere you look. There's all sorts of businesses looking out there to really compete against, you know, the AT&T, the Verizon, all those landline type companies. They're trying to find a way to do it better for business over the internet. Kind of like Skype, but for businesses.
Right.
You know, Skype is used out there on a VoIP type idea, and there's all sorts of other things around that in that. But when you're looking for something that's specialized for a business, there's a lot of services like this.
All right. Well, let's shift gears and talk about fast food now. Jack in the Box.
Right.
I haven't seen one of these in a long time.
Yeah, Jack in the Box, you know, it's mostly West Coast based. That's where most of their stores are. And we've had the Polar Vortex here locally in Chicago, Northeast, and pretty much everywhere but the West Coast.
Yeah, but they've had rains out there.
Yeah, they did. They recently have rain, but, you know, it's just rain.
Yeah.
You know, what we found was that the Polar Vortex kept a lot of people out of, well, in their homes and out of shopping.
Right.
Quick service restaurants were really hit. You know, like your Outback Steakhouse or Darden. I think they just reported some bad numbers, a few others. But what we found here is that the pain didn't go all the way down the food chain. It stopped somewhere, and then people were actually going to fast food maybe a little bit more. Jack in the Box is the perfect example of that, where we have them with 3 great beats in a row here. The last quarter was very strong, reported mid-February, and that was at the height of when all the quick service restaurants were feeling the pain. So this is definitely a stock that you want to take a closer look at, because if you're doing well in the tough times, when things get a little bit better, you should be able to carry some of that business forward.
Yeah, we used to have those around the Midwest, and over the years they've kind of disappeared. And
kind of went away.
Yeah, I used to like talking into the clown head. That's just me.
Now you do that with me.
Do you own either of these?
I do not.
All right. And we have more stock picks and stock picking strategies on our website. Zacks.com's homepage is where you can link to them from, and check back often because they change often. With Brian, I'm Terry Ruffalo.